The K-pop world is buzzing right now, and if you thought 2025 couldn't get any more chaotic, think again. SM Entertainment just dropped the most shocking announcement that has netizens absolutely losing their minds. And honestly, after digging deep into what's really happening behind the scenes, I can understand why fans are so divided about this whole situation. On August 4th, at exactly midnight KST, SM Entertainment sent shockwaves through the K-pop community when they officially announced aespa's comeback with their sixth mini-album titled Rich Man, set to release on September 5th. But this isn't just any ordinary comeback announcement. The teaser they dropped has fans questioning everything they thought they knew about aespa's direction as a group. The intro video starts with this striking image of an electric guitar completely surrounded by lightning rods, and then it flashes this bold, almost aggressive message: I am enough as I am. I am a rich man. From both the teaser and the promotional materials, it's crystal clear that SM is pushing aespa into a completely different aesthetic. A rock and roll inspired concept that has fans either absolutely living for it or completely confused about what SM is trying to achieve. But here's where things get really interesting. And this is something that most people aren't talking about. This comeback isn't happening in isolation. It's strategically timed to coincide with aespa's upcoming world tour, AESPA'S line, which kicks off just days after the album release. SM isn't just changing their sound, they're repositioning aespa as a global powerhouse, and this rock concept might be their boldest gamble yet. Now, let me tell you why this concept change is actually genius, even though it's causing so much controversy. According to industry insiders, SM has been watching how Western audiences respond to different K-pop concepts, and they've noticed something crucial. Groups that show versatility and can pull off multiple genres successfully tend to have longer, more sustainable careers internationally. Look at groups like Red Velvet, who've mastered the art of concept switching, or even Blackpink, who've successfully incorporated rock elements into their music. SM is betting that aespa can do the same thing, but they're going about it in a much more dramatic way. Instead of gradually introducing rock elements, they're diving headfirst into this new aesthetic. And honestly, it's either going to be a massive success or a spectacular failure. But here's the thing that's really got people talking. The timing of this comeback is absolutely perfect from a business standpoint. September is traditionally one of the biggest months for K-pop releases. And with groups like Treasure, Zero Basayone, and even solo acts like Suho from EXO making comebacks, SM needed aespa to stand out. A rock concept does exactly that. It makes them impossible to ignore. However, not everything about this comeback is sunshine and rainbows. There have been whispers within the industry about internal disagreements regarding this concept change. Sources close to the situation have revealed that not everyone at SM was initially on board with this dramatic shift in aespa's image. The members themselves reportedly had mixed reactions when they first heard about the concept. While they're all incredibly talented and professional, switching from their signature, futuristic, AI-inspired aesthetic to a rock and roll vibe is a massive change that requires completely different performance styles, vocal techniques, and stage presence. Karina, who's often seen as the group's visual center, apparently had concerns about how this concept would affect their core fan base, especially in Korea, where their cyber fantasy concept has been so successful. Winter, on the other hand, was reportedly excited about the vocal challenges that rock music would present. Giselle saw it as an opportunity to showcase her versatility, while Ningning was apparently the most enthusiastic about the concept from the beginning. The fan response has been absolutely explosive, and I mean that in every sense of the word. MYs are completely split down the middle about this comeback. On one side, you have fans who are absolutely living for this concept change. They're posting about how excited they are to see aespa show their versatility and prove that they can handle any genre thrown at them. But on the other side, there's a significant portion of the fan base that feels like SM is abandoning what made aespa special in the first place. These fans fell in love with the group's unique AI concept, their futuristic sound, and their connection to the whole A-universe storyline. To them, this rock concept feels like a complete departure from aespa's identity. The international response has been particularly interesting. Western fans seem to be more receptive to the concept change, with many expressing excitement about aespa potentially appealing to rock and alternative music fans. However, Korean netizens have been more critical, with some questioning whether SM is prioritizing international markets over domestic appeal. One of the biggest talking points surrounding this comeback has been the involvement of choreographer Lee Jung-lee, who's currently appearing on Mnet's World of Street Woman Fighter. Her inclusion in this project has sparked its own set of controversies and discussions. Lee Jung-lee is known for her incredibly dynamic and sometimes provocative choreography style. She's worked with numerous artists across different genres, but her work tends to be quite intense and physically demanding. For aespa, who are known more for their synchronized, precision-based choreography, working with Lee Jung-lee represents a complete shift in their performance style. Some fans are worried that the choreography might be too intense or too different from what aespa are comfortable with. Others are excited about the possibility of seeing the members push their boundaries and show a completely different side of their performance abilities. There have been reports from people who've seen practice footage that the choreography is unlike anything aespa has done before. It's apparently much more raw and emotional, with less of the clean, robotic movements that characterized their previous work and more organic, rock-inspired gestures. From a business perspective, this comeback represents a massive financial investment and risk for SM Entertainment. Changing a successful group's concept isn't just about the music. It involves completely overhauling their visual identity, their marketing strategy, their merchandising, and even their tour production. SM has reportedly spent an enormous amount of money on this comeback, with some industry estimates suggesting that the production budget for Rich Man is nearly double what they typically spend on AESPA releases. This includes everything from hiring new creative directors to investing in different types of instruments and production equipment. The company is also taking a big risk with their stockholders and investors. AESPA has been one of SM's most consistent earners over the past few years, and dramatically changing their concept could potentially alienate existing fans without guarantee of attracting new ones. However, if this gamble pays off, it could position aespa as one of the most versatile and internationally appealing groups in K-pop. The potential upside is enormous, but so is the potential downside if fans reject this new direction. Looking at this comeback in the context of aespa's career trajectory, it becomes clear that this isn't just about one album. This is SM testing the waters for aespa's long-term future and their potential evolution as artists. If Rich Man is successful, we can probably expect to see aespa continue exploring different genres and concepts. This could make them one of the most versatile groups in K-pop, similar to how Red Velvet has been able to switch between different styles throughout their career. However, if the comeback doesn't perform as expected, or if fan backlash is too severe, SM might quickly pivot back to aespa's original concept. The company has done this before with other groups when concept changes haven't been well received. The members themselves seem to be embracing the challenge, regardless of their initial reservations. Recent interviews suggest that they're excited about showing fans a different side of their artistry and proving that they're more than just their original concept. What's happening with aespa right now is actually part of a bigger trend in the K-pop industry. As the global market becomes increasingly important for K-pop groups, companies are having to balance maintaining their domestic appeal with creating music that can succeed internationally. Rock and alternative music have been gaining popularity among international K-pop fans, especially in Western markets. Groups like Dreamcatcher have found success with rock-inspired concepts, and even established groups like GIDO have experimented with harder, more rock-influenced sounds. The K-pop industry is incredibly competitive, and groups that can't evolve and show versatility often struggle to maintain relevance over time. By proving that aespa can handle dramatically different concepts, SM is essentially future-proofing the group's career. However, I do think they could have handled the transition more smoothly. Instead of such a dramatic shift, they might have benefited from a more gradual introduction of rock elements into their music. That said, aespa are incredibly talented performers, and if anyone can pull off this kind of concept change successfully, it's them. Their vocal abilities, stage presence, and work ethic suggest that they'll be able to adapt to whatever concept they're given. The K-pop world is about to get a lot more interesting, and you won't want to miss what happens next. Don't forget to like this video if you found it informative and hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest K-pop news and analysis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.